Hey guys, Charlie Beast here again with Beast Plumbing out of Eureka, Missouri. Today we're going to talk to you about water heaters, options, what types, and what might be best for your family based on size and water quality in your area. So we have two basic types of water heaters. They're going to be gas and electric on fuel. In our area, most of them are natural gas. You may also have propane. There is a solar heated water heater. We're not going to get into that much. It's not very common in my area. I have installed a few. I have taken some classes on them, so that is an option. Typically a solar panel company would do most of the install, and we would just do the plumbing work on the actual tank itself. So if that is something you're interested in, we can absolutely get more information to you. Just no reason to spend a whole lot of time going over it today. So our two basic types are going to be gas and electric. Natural gas, in our area anyway, most of them that we install are so energy efficient that they do come with a rebate from the local gas company. Maybe check your area depending on where you live. And again, if you have any questions, even if you're not in our service area, we're always open to take questions and calls to help people. We talk to other plumbing companies once in a while. If you're outside of our area, maybe you have a question, you're having a problem getting it answered, comment, reach out. You can find us on our website, give us a call. The girls in the office know this info. They can pass you through to me or one of our service guys. So that being said, our 50-gallon electric water heater is our most commonly installed heater here. There are a couple different brands. Warranties are all about the same. I would always urge people to really look at your local plumbing supplier versus going to your box store. Your typical box store sells water heaters with plastic components. They make them look a little fancier by throwing a longer warranty on the box. Keep in mind, you cannot call your plumber that installed it for that warranty, and you cannot call that box store. You're going to have to call the manufacturer directly to get parts for it. Typically, you still have to deal with that manufacturer. Every time we deal with one, people are usually without hot water for a few days, sometimes up to a week or so, depending on availability. Our local water heaters that we provide from our suppliers are going to have brass components, a little higher quality components inside. And if something does go out on them while they're still in warranty, if we cannot get you parts right away, most of our local suppliers here, at least in the St. Louis area, will give us a new water heater to swap out with same day. They will cover all the labor on us swapping it out as long as it is within that warranty period. You will not get that from a box store water heater. So again, I urge everybody that thinks they're saving money buying a box store water heater. If you plan to live in the house for a very long time, I would talk to your local plumber and find out the pros and cons to this. So our 50-gallon electric, we offer multiple options as far as brands go, just based on people's preferences. There's only actually a couple manufacturers of water heaters in the U.S. The other ones are just sold and rebranded. So our favorite is a State Select Pro that we install here, and then a Bradford White. Both of them are American-made heaters, gas and electric. Those are the two that we push pretty hard. Great warranties, great customer service, parts are readily available. We also, all of our guys at our shop have been through the Navien training. So we do offer like the 199,000 BTU Navien tankless. This is a great option for space saving, instantaneous water. There are some pros and cons to it. Pros are obviously, like I said, space saving, instant water on demand. If there's less people in your household, 2, 3, up to maybe 4 people, one tankless heater will usually cover what you need depending on how many fixtures you're going to have running at one time. What people don't understand is it's based off incoming water temp. And here in Missouri, in St. Louis anyway, we have some incoming water temps that get into the 30s. So the temperature rise from this tankless water heater will not keep up in the middle of the winter like it will in the middle of the summer. So some houses will require 2 up to 3 tankless water heaters, which can get pretty costly. Those do come with a longer warranty than any of our tanked heaters. And with a little bit of maintenance and maybe some filtration or some water treatment, these heaters can last a very long time. Based on everything I've looked up to make sure that I was quoting everything accurately, it takes anywhere from about 1.2 to 1.8 years to recover the difference between a tanked water heater and a tankless water heater, gas versus gas, based on the difference in the install price. So after about 1.8 years roughly, depending on how much you use it, you should be zeroed out by choosing the tankless option over the tanked option with our cost difference anyway. So anything after that, you are actually saving money thereon. So they are very good options. I do have them in my house, and I do service them about every 6 months. If we filter your water and take care of it with maybe a whole house carbon filter on at least that water heater, even if we don't do the entire house, then you could probably get away with a little longer. I think Navien is telling us that 1 year is what they highly recommend to at least have them flushed. We offer specials. If we install the actual water heater, we do offer some specials on service as well. But any of your local trained Navien guys, you can get on their website and they will show you who has been through the training that know how to do it. I don't even want to talk about tankless electric. In our area here, they don't keep up. They don't do what they need to do. We have a lot of people that call and ask about them. I really won't even install them at this point. So if you're curious about that, we can get you info. You really need to check with your electrician. Send them some pictures of your panel. Show them what you have open. Most houses that are already built that we're not planning to have a tankless electric water heater do not have the capacity to install a tankless electric water heater without a panel upgrade. So then we start getting into a whole nother ball of costs. So that being said, our second most popular model install is our 50-gallon gas steel flue. The ones that we install here anyway do come with our Spire rebate from our local gas company currently. Again, just check with them. You can call up, you can get on their website, they'll tell you. There's an energy rating number that it'll give you. You just make sure that the water heater being installed meets that criteria, and they'll give you a rebate in the form of a gift card here, or they'll take it off of your next bill, however you choose, I believe. So take the 50-gallon steel flue water heater. If you've already got a steel flue in your house, they're great heaters. They are stored water. They do take up a little more space. The ones we install, like I said, are pretty energy efficient, and we put in a lot of them. The second or third most installed in our area based on my supply house's info. So our model after that, we do have a power vent. Now, if you have a power vent or you're like a power vent, you're kind of mixing the tankless water heater with the steel flue water heater as far as efficiency goes. You get the efficiency of a tankless per se. It heats quicker. It uses the heat from the exhaust gases a little better. So it's got a quicker recovery time. Most of your water heaters are going to be based on recovery time. So you're going to have questions from my office if you call us anyway, and you should from any of your local plumbing companies. How many people are in the home? How many people shower at a time? Some people say, hey, we don't have that many people in the house, but we have a lot of people that come over 4 or 5 times a year. They stay with us. They want to be able to take showers. So if you're running dishwashers, washing machines, and you have 2 or 3 people showering, you're going to need a quicker recovery time on your water heater. So the steel flue option, one of them is probably not going to keep up with all that. We start getting to the power vent, which has a PVC flue condensing. Those are going to recover a little quicker. So that would be your next option if you wanted to go up from a steel flue water heater but didn't want to go quite as high up as a tankless. Our power vent is right in the middle. So these water heaters come in multiple sizes. We have 50, 75 gallon, up to 100 gallon. We get into a commercial range, but 75 gallon steel flues, 75 gallon power vents. And for the electric models, we have 40s, 50s, and then they have an 80 in an electric. So we can pipe these heaters. If you have one currently, we can add 2. We can pipe them in parallel, giving you the most hot water on demand that you could get. Again, with a little bit of maintenance, so maybe a water filter on the inlet going into the water heaters, we can add some pretty good life to these heaters. The tanked heaters, if your water's treated, I would actually tell you probably don't require any annual maintenance. If your water is not treated with a softener or any kind of whole house carbon filter, I would recommend maybe staying up on once a year, once every year and a half, getting them flushed. Let's not let that calcium and that sediment build up in there, and we'll add some life to the heater. All of our heaters, with the exception of the tankless, it carries a 10-year warranty. All of our tanked heaters carry a 6-year warranty. They all come with a 1-year warranty from us, to where you call us up within that first year. You don't have to do anything but give us the serial number, let us match it up with the one we have in our records, and we'll call the supply house and we'll handle everything for you. After that 1 year is out, everything is still covered by the manufacturer of the water heater. All my office, if we installed it, we will still help you with all the stuff needed for the manufacturer to get your warranty covered. Depending on what they say, the reason is you may be responsible for the labor of that water heater repair, but all the parts are still covered. So we make sure we go over that with everybody when we do the install. If we see any issues, your water pressure, again, we've talked about another one. You have to have a functioning pressure reducing valve. We have to have your water pressure at 75 pounds or lower, and an expansion tank in operation for our manufacturers to cover these water heaters. So that is not an upsell on the job site from me or any other plumbing company out there. If your water pressure is high, your temperature and pressure valve will pop off of your water heater. It will leak. That cannot be repaired without correcting the water pressure issue first. Treating the water, making sure the water pressure is under control with a functioning PRV is detrimental to installing a new water heater to keep the life there. We do have pictures of water heaters that have expanded inside of themselves by not having these fail safes installed correctly, and manufacturers have refused to warranty them out for us because they did not have the proper pressure or the proper things installed. So that is very important to make sure that's taken care of during the install of the water heater. Our guys check the pressure. We'll let you know. We will install the water heater. If you refuse to put any of that in, we will just make a note of it. So if you do call with an issue after that, it will be noted and it may not be covered by the manufacturer. So again, that's just very important. I want to stress that on every video I do to make sure our pressure and our water treatment is at least under control to cover these fixtures. So with that being said, we have an endless amount of options we can do with water heaters. I have a whole list here from our website company that we were going to go over. Basically, you call us, you tell us, or your local plumbing company if you're not in our area, like I said, and we will tell you, based on your conditions and what you need, what water heater suits you best. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your choice. Some people don't plan on living in their house for a very long time, so maybe they want to go with the lesser option, and that's fine. We'll go over all the options, all the rebates, and all the warranties for every water heater we have based on the one you currently have. We can change. We can add almost any water heater to any house where they don't have the same style water heater in. We typically can do that at our company anyway with some questions and some pictures, maybe of your current setup and the location. So you reach out to our office. One of the girls are waiting to help you. And please let us know if you have any questions or concerns. Even if you're not in our area, we're absolutely glad to help. Thank you.